But I do want to get into, speaking of star power or lack thereof, depending on who you ask, Baker Mayfield is on the move. This week, he was officially traded to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers will pay $4.85 million of Mayfield's salary. The Browns will pay $10.5 million, and then the remaining 18.8 will be in incentives and things like that. The Browns will receive a fourth or fifth round pick in 2024. So not even next year's draft, the following draft for Mayfield, and that's going to be dependent on his playing time. Now, it's going to be interesting because the Panthers still have Sam Darnold, and it's been said that they have no intention on trading him. And they also, third round in this year's draft, drafted Matt Corral. But I know Baker has to be happy, even though he's going to have to go ahead and fight for that starting position in training camp. He didn't want to be in Cleveland. Everything going on with Deshaun Watson, how that trade went down, how they acquired him, it's just been chaos. He did not want to be there. The fan base didn't want him there, at least most of them. The front office made it seem like they didn't want him there either. So the situation's got to be better than what he just came out of.
100%. You know, I want to see Baker Mayfield get kind of like a fair shot in a way. I feel like he hasn't had that since he's been in Cleveland. But at the same time, you know, he's got to have to earn that, right? They're not just going to hand him that starting quarterback position. And are we expecting the Panthers to be competitive in terms of making the playoffs this year? I don't think so. So who knows, right? We'll see what Baker Mayfield is able to do. But I don't have my hopes high. I'm not going to lie.
Crazier things have happened, but I think the more interesting, factor of this entire trade is we still don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. We still don't know what that suspension will look like. We don't know how long that suspension will be if he does end up getting one. So the Browns will now be paying two quarterbacks that one is no longer on the team, and two, the other one may not see playing time for the entire season, half the season, if not longer. If you're the Cleveland Browns, you have to be looking at yourself in the mirror like, all right, what just happened here? Like, how did this go so wrong so quickly?
We could tell you how it went wrong. Why would you even trade for Deshaun Watson, right? Like, you knew that this was going to come, and you kind of just took it anyway, and now you're ending up in this predicament where you don't even know who your starting quarterback is going to be a few weeks from now. I mean, that they got what they deserve. We're gonna leave it at that. Cleveland, I mean, we'll see you at week 10 if and when Deshaun Watson actually plays. We don't even know if he's ever going to play this season. That's on them. I mean, who could have? They should have known this was going to happen, right? I mean,
listen, the writing was on the wall. But before we cut and go into break, I want to ask you, how realistic is it for you that Baker Mayfield wins that starting job in Carolina over Sam Darnold?
Oh, man, I'm a diehard Jets fan, and I want to see Sam Darnold do well. But
hey, you guys didn't do right by Sam.
We didn't, and that's on us, right? I thought Sam Darnold had a little bit more to give, but I think Baker Mayfield has a little bit more star power than Sam Darnold. So I think it's just going to come down to training camp. I'm going with Sam Darnold. That's the Jets fan in me. I think that he has a lot more to show than what was on display. And, I think he's going to win that starting job. So, sorry, Baker. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Listen, I'm in agreement with you there, but as we've seen from the Carolina Panthers, they're no stranger to benching quarterbacks who don't do well enough for them. So Baker Mayfield may see that starting job sooner rather than later.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.